Linda Maria Ronstadt was born on July 15, 1946, in Tucson, Arizona. She was the third child among 4 siblings in the Ronstadt family. Her parents were Gilbert Ronstadt, a successful machinery merchant who operated the F. Ronstadt Company, and Ruth Mary Ronstadt, a dedicated homemaker. Growing up, Ronstadt had a Roman Catholic upbringing and spent her childhood on the family's 10-acre ranch alongside her siblings Peter, Michael, and Gretchen. In fact, the Ronstadt family was even featured in a 1953 issue of Family Circle magazine. Ronstadt's early upbringing was immersed in music and cultural traditions, setting the stage for the artistic and genre-spanning choices she would make throughout her career. During her formative years, she was exposed to a diverse range of musical styles, including Mexican music, a cherished part of her family's heritage that echoed through their household during her childhood. Reflecting on her musical journey, Ronstadt shared that everything she later recorded, from rock and roll, rhythm and blues, to gospel, opera, country, choral, and mariachi, had its roots in the songs she heard her family sing at home or on the radio by the time she was just 10 years old. She attributed her love for Gilbert and Sullivan to her mother and credited her father for introducing her to traditional pop and the Great American Songbook, genres she would go on to reintroduce to a new generation. At the age of 14, Ronstadt formed a folk trio with her brother Peter and sister Gretchen. Performing under names like the Union City Ramblers and the Three Ronstadts, they played at intimate venues like coffeehouses and fraternity houses. They even recorded their music at a studio in Tucson, operating under the moniker the New Union Ramblers. Their repertoire drew from folk, country, bluegrass, and Mexican influences. Yet, Ronstadt's creative vision yearned for a fusion of folk and rock and roll. In 1964, at 18, she made the pivotal decision to relocate to Los Angeles after spending a semester at the University of Arizona. In Los Angeles, Ronstadt reunited with a friend from Tucson, Bobby Kimmel, and embarked on forming a band. Collaborating with guitarist-songwriter Kenny Edwards, the trio secured a record deal with Capitol in 1966 as the Stone Ponies. Over a span of 15 months in 1967-68, they released 3 albums: The Stone Ponies, Evergreen, Volume 2, and Linda Ronstadt, Stone Ponies and Friends, Volume 3. The group's signature hit, Different Drum, soared to number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart and number 12 in Cashbox magazine, etching its place as one of Ronstadt's enduring classics. As her career evolved, Ronstadt's solo endeavors continued to flourish. Her 4th solo album, Don't Cry Now, 1973, was a collaboration with producers Boylan and J.D. Souther. Seeking a producer who could work on equal terms, Ronstadt enlisted Peter Asher, known for his work with James Taylor, to helm tracks like Sail Away and I Believe in You. The album featured her initial country hit, Silver Threads and Golden Needles. Recognized as a formidable force in the rock music landscape, Ronstadt earned widespread acclaim and accolades. She was hailed as a woman rock superstar who not only dominated the charts but also commanded stadiums with her series of blockbuster albums. Her impact extended beyond sales figures. She was acknowledged with a Cashbox Special Decade Award as the top-selling female singer of the 1970s. Amid her musical journey, Ronstadt candidly discussed how the rock and roll image she was expected to embody clashed with her authentic self. She highlighted the contrast between her true personality and the persona she was encouraged to project, emphasizing that she and artists like Janis Joplin underwent a search for identity that wasn't always aligned with their true nature. Starting in the mid-1970s, Linda Ronstadt's personal life started to gain widespread attention. This was driven by her relationship with Jerry Brown, who was the governor of California at the time and a Democratic presidential candidate. Their association was highlighted on the cover of Newsweek magazine in April 1979, as well as on the covers of Us Weekly and People magazine. In 1983, Linda Ronstadt dated comedian Jim Carrey for a duration of 8 months. Following this, from the end of 1983 until 1988, she was engaged to George Lucas, the director and creator of Star Wars. In December 1990, she welcomed an infant daughter into her family, Mary Clementine Ronstadt. In 1994, she expanded her family by adopting a baby boy, Carlos Ronstadt. Despite these significant personal relationships, Ronstadt has never entered into marriage. Reflecting on the challenge of finding a suitable partner, she remarked in a 1974 interview with Peter Knobler in Crawdaddy, "He's real kind but isn't inspired musically. And then you meet somebody else that's just so inspired musically that he just takes your breath away, but he's such a moron, such a maniac that you can't get along with him. And then after that it's the problem of finding someone that can stand you." In the late 1980s, after residing in Los Angeles for 3 decades, Ronstadt decided to relocate to San Francisco due to her sense of not belonging in Southern California. She expressed that Los Angeles had become an overwhelming environment, and the city's values and culture did not resonate with her. In 1997, she sold her San Francisco home and returned to her hometown of Tucson, Arizona, to raise her 2 children. In more recent times, she split her time between San Francisco and her Tucson residence. In 2009, as a tribute to Ronstadt, the Martin Guitar Company introduced the Linda Ronstadt Limited Edition acoustic guitar model 0042. Ronstadt designated the Land Institute as the beneficiary of all proceeds from this signature guitar. In 2013, Ronstadt's autobiography, titled Simple Dreams, a musical memoir, was published by Simon Schuster, along with its Spanish version, Sueños Sencillos, Memorias Musicales. In August 2013, Ronstadt disclosed that she had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, a condition that eventually rendered her unable to sing due to the loss of muscular control, a common symptom of the disease. She had received this diagnosis 8 months prior to making the announcement, initially attributing her symptoms to the aftermath of shoulder surgery and a tick bite. In late 2019, there were reports that her doctors had reevaluated her diagnosis to be progressive supranuclear palsy, a degenerative disorder often confused with Parkinson's due to its similar symptoms. Despite this health challenge, Ronstadt refers to herself as a spiritual atheist.